Thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank the witnesses today. I just want to kind of talk a little bit on the other side of the issue with the venture capitalist businesses. My understanding from all of your answers is that you are all in support of providing majority-owned venture capitalist businesses the opportunity to fully participate in all SBIR programs. But there has been the other side of the coin. There's many who do not believe that this is a good thing. I come from the 3rd District of Pennsylvania, the northwestern part of Pennsylvania. We don't have a lot of venture capitalists in my district, but what we do have is some great small businesses who are working on innovative research. And the concern that has come in front of me is that it's concern that there will be less money available, funding available for those who are truly small businesses. And that I guess I want to just bring that up and ask you if you think this could truly hurt small businesses if we open this up, and maybe if we need to have some limits for a time to kind of gauge the impact that this has on truly small businesses, because I think there could be consequences when you look at these venture capitalists. They have staff and ability to be on the front end, helping these small firms to a point that might put them at a disadvantage to a small firm that doesn't have the staff. So, Mr. Rapp, could you maybe address this as a small business owner?
It's interesting. So, Divergence is a company that does have venture capital ownership, but I would say VCs own about a quarter of Divergence at this point. Our dealings with the agencies when we're applying for grants are quite directly with the agencies, not through VCs or anybody else. So in terms of an advantage that comes, maybe there is some validation, some reverse validation, just as SBIR has provided some validation as we were receiving funding from them. Perhaps the fact that the VCs and other sophisticated parties believe in what we're doing helps us. But otherwise, I don't see the process working in that direction so much, to be honest with you. So from our standpoint, I don't have a strong feeling that we would put others at a disadvantage, because when we're scrambling to put together that grant application, we feel like we're doing it on our own.
Do you think there would be any value in having some sort of short-term limits so we could gauge the impact on other small businesses or not?
The limit would be of what sort? Sorry.
Well, it could be a limit for the first few years on putting a cap on the ability for VCs to enter into these grants, so that you could gauge the impact of the consequences on other true.
Well, at least speaking from the perspective of life sciences, that chasm is still so large between any funding that we're going to receive from an SBIR grant and the ultimate commercialization that we need all the help we can get, and we are going to have to do a lot more after that too. So it's not as if this makes it easy for us to roll right on through. So as far as limits on the participation and all, I don't see how that's going to be that broadly helpful. But
okay. I know, Dr. Koenig, you obviously want to answer.
Yes, I appreciate the sensitivity of your particular home district, but in the end, there's a limited amount of funds in this program, and ultimately what you want is competition to be such that the programs that are selected are the best ones, that will ultimately end up becoming commercialized and helping the citizens of this country. The example I gave in my testimony of a company in Florida that is 7 employees, has no revenues, and is far away from commercialization, despite the fact that it is a majority owned. I think it is the paradigm, the best example of a small company. And so to use that rule or to limit it, I think in the end is going to ultimately hurt the program in general.
Ms. Lee, did you want to address that?
I very much see the side of your story, because I had a learning curve, in the past year. Realized that we have very limited venture capitalists in our area as well, and we're certainly a little disadvantaged in the sense that we're not academic institution. We have limited, grant writing experience. We learn as we go. But at the same time, because if we don't get the grant from SBIR, we have to get some money to build our staff. So, I go to Northern Virginia and I found venture capitalists. I'm going to have a meeting with them next week. I felt the difficulty, but maybe go draw some venture capitalists to your state. Maybe that will be helpful.
Okay, thank you. My time's up. I have to go back.